Mike, 7-0 win over Ferris State tonight. Mike Hastings, the head coach of the Mavericks, joins us here post-game.
Well, I was happy that we stuck with it. Last night we were rewarded for a real good start, scored some goals and played with a lead. And I thought we had a really good first period tonight. I thought their goaltender was really good early. And they defended with a bit of an edge, and we struggled with that at getting second and third opportunities. But I thought we did have some pretty good looks, and went back into the locker room, and I thought the guys stuck with it and came out, and we were fortunate to get a goal early in the second period, and I thought we stretched it out in a real hurry there in the first 5 minutes of the second period. And I'm just really glad the guys didn't get frustrated with it. They stuck with it, and they were rewarded for it.
Thanks for that, Mike. We have questions for Mike Hastings. Kevin Dudley, you want to start?
Mike, Zach Krajnik got his first two collegiate goals tonight. He's a guy who's not always in the lineup. Just maybe talk about his contributions at tonight's win.
Well, Zach's been in and out as other freshmen and young players that we've had, and I just think he's really. It was great to see him get his first one because I think he's been playing some good hockey for us, and for him to take advantage of that. And then I thought as the game went on, last night he had 2 assists, tonight he had 2 goals. For him to have a weekend where he gets 4 points, hopefully he's going to enjoy that feeling, and that'll give him some confidence here when we get back together on Monday. But he's been working real hard, and it's good to see him have some success.
Tim Rappelai, you're up.
Coach, Julian Krajnik had a big game in the second Duluth game, and you said you were waiting for him to sort of bust out. Can you comment on Julian and kind of the groove he's gotten into?
He's playing confident right now. I think he's playing. It's one thing. Julian's not a guy you want out there trying to run guys over. I think he can think it at an elite level. He can play really quick. He can play fast because he does think it that well. And he's starting to play inside dots with the consistency, and he's being rewarded for that. That line was not as good as they were last night with Nathan Smith and Cade Borchardt, but I think Julian's starting to become a driver on that line, and when he does that, he's hard to handle because he plays with such pace, and again he's starting to feel a little bit more comfortable, I think, at shooting and looking for a shot first, which then allows the rink to open up to him, and I thought he had a really good weekend.
Shane Frederick.
You talked about how guys stuck with it, but did you see anything different about the way you started that off, that second period off, just in terms of the way were they harder? Did they just do anything that you saw that was a little bit different, especially as kind of the floodgates open?
I just thought we did a better job of forechecking once we got a puck into an area where we could get after them with their toes pointed towards their end. Good sticks, played above them, but really got after, I thought, on the forecheck, and were rewarded for it. Going all the way through, when Grohl scores his goal, Cillier doesn't get an assist on that, but the whole reason that puck gets turned over is because Cillier gets in with pressure, with a good stick on their defenseman, and creates a turnover, and then Grohl makes a really good individual play to tuck it in the weak side of the net. And to me, I thought the guys, we went out with a little bit more purpose and put some pucks in areas that we didn't get it on first touch, but we created some turnovers with our pressure.
Shane, do you have a follow-up? Kevin Dudley?
Mike, last night we got to see Wyatt get in the offense a little bit. I think tonight we saw Jack McNeely make a play that I think the bench had some fun with, stick handling through some guys and setting up Smitty's goal. Maybe just talk about Jack. I don't think we talked about his impact on the team enough, and he made a fun play tonight.
You're completely. I should speak about Jack McNeely more often because he's just a a quiet leader for us. He's a guy that, you don't notice him maybe as you did tonight. That was a big time play, and Jack's such a humble a humble guy. Doesn't say a lot. It was one thing when he made the first move, then the second move, and then be able to see Nathan Smith on the back door. But he's been a leader for us from day one. And those two guys, when you're talking about Wyatt Ahmad and Jack McNeely, they make our coaching staff's jobs easier, simpler, because they're the ones that are doing the leading as far as example setting and doing the things you want your guys in the locker room that are important spots to do. And to see him make the play, and I think he was +4 tonight. It's good to see. I think that young man can play at the next level. And I'm not going to say it's in the National Hockey League, but I am going to say he's very valuable to our team. Incredibly valuable. We're going to miss Jack McNeely, so I'm going to try and enjoy as much as I can the time that we have him.
Freddie?
And this kind of point about Jack too, but he blocks a shot late in a 6-1 when it was 6-0 off a big shot off a face-off, and just the mentality that your team has to make plays like that in a game that's pretty well in hand, to continue to play that way as the game goes on. Is that something that you get surprised at all when you see that, considering maybe human nature in a game that's pretty much everyone's just trying to get out of here healthy at that point?
Well, I think it says a lot about Jack, and his mentality on how he approaches every opportunity he gets to go down the rink. He wants to go out and play the game the right way. And, you look at that tonight, he's rewarded for it on the offensive end. And again, I'm blessed with having guys that have a selfless attitude, and they work really hard at it, and it's great to see them rewarded for it.
Tim Rapoli?
Coach, forgive me, I want to jump to February. It's my first chance to talk to you about the Olympic assignment. I'm guessing David Quinn might have reached out to you. You've got a long relationship with Quinny. Can you talk about that relationship and how it pertains to this assignment?
Yeah, I mean it's one in the hockey world's a small world, and I, going all the way back when I was in the USHL, David was helped build UNO, while UNO was in its infancy with Mike Kemp. And so we got to know each other a little bit there, and from that point on, we've stayed in contact. I've got a tremendous amount of respect for David, and obviously he's been incredibly successful at every level that he's been at. And when he called and asked, it's an honor to be able to represent your country in the Olympics. But I'm also really excited about the people I get to go and learn with and work with. Scott Young, Brett Larson, David Lasson, the group that we have, it's an incredible honor. So when that time comes and we've got preparation between now and when we leave on the 31st, we're going to spend a lot of time between now and then prepping for that. But I really look forward to it and very appreciative of the opportunity.
Joined now by freshman forward Zach Krajnik. Zach, your thoughts on tonight's 7-0 win over Ferris State?
I thought in the first it started a little slow. The biggest thing was just not getting frustrated with that first and not getting any goals. And then to go out and have every line score in the first, 2 minutes and 20 seconds or whatever it was, really got us going. And I think the biggest thing was just sticking to our game, which is playing down low and physical, and it paid off.
Shane Frederick, do you have a question for Zach?
Hi, Zach. Congratulations, congrats on your first 2 goals. What you said, you try not to get too frustrated. You had 18 shots on goal in that first period against a new college goaltender. Was there a lot of talk about? What's the talk in between periods there? So you can come out and have the start that you did in the second period. Do you just want to keep that going? Are there things that you're trying to do, maybe even a little differently, to try to turn up, those kind of shots into goals?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, first off. And yeah, I think it was just we were doing the right things, but it was just tweaking little things like getting guys to the front of the net. And 3 out of those 4 goals were just, bang, bang, and right to the front of the net. So, Yeah, I think it was just, in the locker room in between, it was pretty positive. We knew what we were capable of, and like you said, with 18 shots on net, we just had to stick to it, and like I said, not get frustrated that one wasn't getting past him.
Kevin Dudley.
Zach, congrats. Maybe just talk about the challenge of, I know a lot of freshmen go through it here, kind of in and out of the lineup. You have a 4-point weekend here. Just talk about what that can do for your confidence.
Yeah, for sure. I think the biggest thing is just sticking with it. Like prime example would be Cade Borchert. His freshman year, he got in 10 games, and then his sophomore year, he lit it up. So I think once you get that opportunity, you just have to take it and not look back, because you only get so many of those as a freshman. So you really got to make them count.
Another question for Zach from Shane Frederick.
All right, am I muted?
You're okay now.
Okay, there we go. All right, sorry about that. What do you see as a freshman on this team in terms of just the way it's structured, the way it's put together, and just the run that you guys are on over the last 9 games, especially? Is there anything that's really standing out to you as the first-year player on this team?
I would say it's just family. I think we have really good leaders, and everybody kind of buys into it every day. And being here, you have to be a professional, and I don't, like coach and the captains and the seniors, they don't take anything less than that. So I think just kind of watching what they do on a daily basis with Jack McNeely and Wyatt Amat, and just watching them and seeing how they go about their day, you learn a lot of things from those guys. And yeah.
Another question for Zach. All right, Kevin Dudley.
Zach, some big personal news for your coach this week, getting named an assistant for the Olympic team. Maybe talk about that.
Yeah, I think it's very well deserved. I can't think of any better coach to get it than him. And I think just watching what he's done with this program over the past how many years he's been here, it really speaks for itself. And playing for a guy like that, I'm lucky enough to where I don't want any other coach coaching me right now. And I think Team USA is going to have a very good assistant coach.
All right, Zach. Thanks very much. Congratulations on a great weekend.
Thank you.